Who's that then? I don't know. Must be a king. Why? He hasn't got shit all over him.
Hey now, what is going on, everybody? Walter here with a week 13 update from vertical sleeve gastrectomy, which I had November 10th. Dr. Mark Bessler at New York Presbyterian Hospital. My highest weight was May 7th, 500 pounds, 2014, May 7th. Many months later, I got the surgery on November 10th, and I was 388 pounds. So that was a 112-pound loss pre-op. Yes, I'm going to keep saying it. And last week I came in at 327, and this week I'm coming in at 324 pounds. So let's do the math. Let's figure this out. That's a 1, 2, 3. That's a rumpala faccia. That's a 3-pound loss. So this week I'm good. So that was my chicken marks. Thanks for coming. Yeah. So 3 pounds. I'm over the hills and far away. No, I'm over the moon. That's where I am. So I'm happy with the weight loss, and on a lot of fronts, everything is going really, really great. I can't complain. I want to get into some things. It's mostly feels this week, and I don't think this is probably going to be a typical week 13 update for the average bear, but I'm not. I'm smarter than the average bear, I think, or at least maybe too smart for my own good. Maybe I'm overthinking things, and there's probably something to that. But see, I like to play chess, and I'm not saying I'm great at it, but you always want to try to plan ahead. You want to be a few moves ahead of the opponent. And you also, when you get to the middle game, you got to focus on the end game and yada, yada, yada. Some people can do that from the very beginning. I find myself being so successful at the surgery. You know, I'm over 175 pounds down now from my highest weight. Surgery-wise, it's like 65 pounds since surgery. So, you know, 3 months and a week out. So, but I'm feeling like I'm having like closer to goal feelings. I'm having like almost maintenance type feelings. I feel as though on the weight loss front, everything's going to be okay. I really feel I'm going to have stalls. I know that I'm going to struggle. It's just not going to go smoothly the whole way. You know, no one can, just get the goal with this much weight to lose and have no problems. There's going to be all kinds of things, skin issues, all that kind of stuff. But I'm okay with that. What I'm struggling with is planning an attack for the rest of my life. Like, this is just one little part of an enormous amount of work that I have to do to dig myself out of the hole that I have put myself in for years. I have been super morbidly obese my entire life. Okay, maybe not super morbidly obese. I had to get there. But once I got there, I've been pretty much super morbidly obese most of my life. I've had many, many victories in between, but it's always an up and down struggle. And I am either morbidly obese or super morbidly obese. I have never gotten to just regular old-fashioned vanilla obese. And I don't know if I can ever get past that word obese. I think I'll always be obese. But I'm okay with regular obese, clinically. Anyway, so because I feel like the weight loss is kind of a given. I don't want to, I'm trying to avoid hubris here. I'm not trying to be too cocky, but I really believe that I'm confident that I can achieve victory. And once that 3 turns into a 2, I know I know I'm going to feel so much better about things. But I'm struggling with a lot of different things. I'm struggling with the fact that my physical limitations have not improved. My knees and my back are really in bad shape. And the damage is done, and I have to live with it, and it upsets me. I'm I'm pissed off about it. If I'm being honest, I'm really pissed off that things are not improving. And they may never improve. I don't know. But that's not going to stop me from struggling. I mean, if I was in a wheelchair right now, I'd be fighting. So I'm going to fight. I got this surgery to fight and to win, and I'm hell bent. And heaven help me, I'm going to win. So the things that are getting me, though, is it's just like I feel like I'm coming out from this really, really massive storm, that just wiped out my entire town. And I'm coming out of the fallout shelter, and the storm is passing, and the worst is over. But now I have to survey the damage. And the amount of wreckage that in every aspect of my life, it's overwhelming. And it's really, I'm starting to feel like the walls are closing in. I'm starting to feel like I'm running out of time, like I'm getting long in the tooth, and every time I hear the clock tick, I feel like I'm wasting my time. I need to be moving. I need to act. I need to take action. I need to do, and to plan attacks. And I'm getting overwhelmed by, just trying to figure out the logistics of this damage control, of this repair job, of cleaning this shit up. But I'm ready to roll up my sleeves and let's get it done. So that's a good thing. So these are all positive things, right? So, I mean, this is great, finally realizing that, okay, facing it head on, like the damages that you've done to your life, facing it head on, that you've, okay, so now it's time to just stop wallowing in it. Get your shovel, brother, and let's get this shit done. All right, so that's where I'm at. But because of that, I'm struggling a little bit with time management, and I'm feeling overwhelmed, and I'm feeling like, I was beginning to obsess about every little video and watching so many videos on YouTube and making comments and, just spending so much time. It takes time. It's an investment, and it's not an investment that doesn't pay off. Don't get me wrong. It offers rewards. It has returns. I get that. It enriches me. It makes me feel better. I get insight. I gain value. Like just to quickly plug Sarah Nerd in Oregon, or Neo, as the cool people call her, right? I'm one of the cool people now. But Neo, she left these 4 videos, and I'm going to leave the link in the description below. You have to go see them. I just want to check how I'm at 6 minutes. Okay. They're fantastic. And she said everything I've been feeling in terms of making a plan for action. And, I've been thinking about the marriage. She makes an analogy that, that you plan for the wedding, but not the marriage. And this is going to be a lifelong event. And I want the marriage. It's about being healthy, right? It's about bettering your life. It's not just about the scale. It's not just about the weight loss. That's why I've already tried to move on and get to the next part, the bigger part, which is, now that you lose the weight, what are you going to do with your life? I mean, is that it? So I've got a lot of things to do. I mean, I have a lot of things to repair. I've already said that. So go watch Sarah Nerd in Oregon's video. It's fantastic. Neo is just amazing to me. Go watch her old videos. She's going to say things that she's just going to, everything I could ever think of, she thought of, and was much more eloquent and much more concise and amazing. So go watch her videos. Go subscribe to her channel. Okay. So anyway, so struggling with the time management in the community, like I said, I said this before, I probably would not have gotten the surgery without the community. So I am indebted to the community. And there are certain members of the community that I really, really can't thank enough, that watching their videos and had such a major impact on my life. And I've said it over and over again. But one of the things that happened to me, was that Phil and TJ, the FatKings, and what that meant to me. I mean, it was so moved by their journeys and the videos that they left. When they asked me to do it, when they asked me to host the FatKings and take it over, and Andrew came on board, and it was a great thing. But they originally had asked me, Phil had reached out to me, and I said no. I was overwhelmed, and I didn't even have the surgery yet, and I didn't know what to do, and I just felt like I couldn't do that. And I felt an obligation to the guys. I love those guys, and I'm only saying this because I really held out the hope that they were going to come back. Now, they never said that to me, and they've done nothing but say the same thing since the gate, which is, it's yours now, brother. Take it over. But I was just like this, la 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 la. They're going to come back. They're going to come back. And I really thought it was just going to be a few months, and I didn't think of what doing that show would mean to me, and the effect that it would have on me. So there is a certain amount of pressure of doing a weekly show like that, because with updates, if I don't do an update, after a couple of weeks, someone might go, hey, where's that update? Well, with the show, when people come into it, you got to be there. You got to be there. I'm like, I got no problem with responsibility. It's just, like I said, I was having time management issues, and I was really concerned. And I felt like, oh, well, if you guys are coming back, you don't need me anymore. And they're like, dummy, don't you? Where were you when we said that FatKings is your guys, and we're doing our own show now? It's a different show. So I am so happy that they're coming back. Nobody's probably happier than me. I love those guys to death. And now when you add VSG Tanya, VSG Kirk, I mean, it's a fantastic show. So go watch that. Hopefully I can get this video uploaded tonight where you can go subscribe to 50 Shades of Maintenance. It's going to be a fantastic show. And so anyway, as I was struggling with these things, I wanted to talk to the guys. I wanted to see, how they felt about, the things I'm going through. And the Kings were great to me. I reached out to them, and I'm glad I did. And the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I think it's important for you to, if you have friends in the community that are like in the same place as you, that's great because you have a shared experience. But try to reach out to some veterans. Try to get some veterans in your stable because they see things that you can't see. I was telling them, I was feeling overwhelmed and I was feeling, I'm feeling like manic and frantic and they were like, yeah, that's exactly how you should feel at this stage. You're going through it and you feel crazy because you are, and that's right where you should be. And just stay with it. You're going to be fine, and I needed to hear that. And in terms of time management, I'm going to do the best I can to be a part of the community, but also take care of the massive cleanup that I have to do. There's wreckage that I got to get rid of. So I'm going to be rolling up my sleeves. I got my work gloves. I'm ready. I got my work boots, and I'm ready to work. So I'm going to be part of the community. It's just what I've decided was, and so thanks again for Phil and TJ for letting me know that. And like I said, if you're in the, if you're in the losing stage, go out and get some maintenance friends because they're going to see the forest for the trees. They're going to put things in perspective for you. They're going to help you see what you can't see, and they're going to let you know what you're going through is probably perfectly normal because we're going through a hell of a lot. And then I have a whole nother thing going with the loss of my father and a family dynamic and all these, I have never felt more a sense of I've got to take care of my family. I've got to take care of things, and so it's a bit overwhelming. But one of the things I've decided to do is I think, I like to be funny. It's part of my life. I like to entertain. I like to do comedy. I like to write. I like to do music. I like to do a ton of these different things. And I wanted to try to share that with you and kind of incorporate that in my journey. But I don't know if that takes away from it. And I don't know if I started to feel like I was actually cheap. I was beginning to cheapen my journey because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to sell them this personality. This channel is just for the weight loss. All comedy and all those kinds of other things, that's part of my life. And I could easily do another channel and let you in on and keep them separate. Because, I'm not saying I'm going to be boring, but when I first started the channel, I felt awkward and I felt, I wanted to try to entertain people as I felt, again, it's like a fat guy thought. Those are like fat guy thoughts where you have to try to work so hard to get people to like you. And, and I don't feel... now the community is so accepting. Whatever shit I throw down, they're going to hang it on the refrigerator. You know what I mean? Which, as a performer, is the worst thing because then you don't know if you're good or not. If everybody claps at everything you say, you got to get hit in the face with shit. People got to throw fruit at you for you to figure it out. But anyway, I digress. The point is, I'm going to try to at least keep a vulnerability here and an honesty here that I don't necessarily know that I've been 100% honest in a lot of things. Who's honest about anything? 100% honest about anything. What I mean to say is I'm constantly trying to think of jokes and I'm constantly trying to think, and I don't know if I want to do that all the time. And, the Kings is a little daunting because it's live and you never know what you're going to say. And I'm not saying I'm going to be boring. I'm not making any rules. Let's just put it that way. Let me just fucking forget this train of thought. But I want to try to offer you quality instead of quantity. Maybe that's what I'm trying to say. It's like I'm going to be a part of the community. I may not leave updates every week on time. I may not be on Facebook all the time. I may not be able to comment on videos all the time. But when I do, I'm going to try to have some value in it. Okay? Let's just put it that way. And a value that will hopefully aid the community and hopefully help people. So this has gone on way too long. I want to thank everybody for their love, for their support. And I will try to check in with you guys soon, check in with you next week. So watch 50 Shades of Maintenance tonight. And FatKings is on tomorrow with my man Andrew, who I love. And I'm sorry, Andrew, I put you in that position the other night. So thank you. Oh, wait a minute. See? Oh, God, how am I supposed to? I'm sorry I put you in that position the other night. Wink, wink. All right, brother. Nothing but love, everybody. I will talk to you soon.